When preparing for a chemical technician interview, it's essential to be ready to answer a variety of questions. One common question is about when you first became interested in the company and why. The interviewer wants to hear about how you heard of the company and see that you took the time to research their organization. You can explain what caught your attention when visiting the company website, such as a specific research program or growth opportunities. Or mention a friend who works for the company and what they told you that made you want to work there. It's crucial to demonstrate that you took the time to look into the company before interviewing by giving specific examples of things that piqued your interest while doing research. For example, you could say that you first became interested in the company when you saw a job posting for the chemical technician position, and after visiting the company website, you were impressed with the company culture, particularly the mentor program for employees, which suggests that the company values its employees and offers growth opportunities. Another question you might be asked is about an area of your performance that needs improvement. The interviewer is looking for honesty about areas where you can improve, so you should identify something that would assist you in performing your job functions. This could be something that was pointed out to you during a performance evaluation or something you've noticed about yourself that could be improved. You might say that your most recent supervisor would tell you that you could improve upon your ability to take constructive feedback as a tool for growth rather than taking it personally and dwelling on it. You could explain that in the past, you took feedback negatively, but you now realize that it's meant to help you succeed in your position. You may also be asked to describe a challenge you faced in a recent role and how you overcame it. The scientific industry can be challenging, fast-paced, and constantly changing, so it's essential to provide an example of a time you had a challenge, such as meeting a deadline or dealing with a difficult client. You should describe the steps you took to overcome that challenge, such as speaking to the client and explaining the situation, and finding a solution that worked for everyone. For instance, you could describe a time when you had to manage multiple clients' tests, and one client's rushed requests were starting to delay other clients' tests. You spoke to the client and explained that you needed to be fair to all clients, and you agreed to only prioritize emergency testing requests. Additionally, you might be asked to describe a situation where your team members did not agree with your ideas, and how you resolved the issue. The interviewer wants to see that you can demonstrate problem-solving skills and handle disagreements professionally. You should describe a time when your team members didn't agree with your thoughts or ideas and explain how you handled the disagreement and the outcome. You might say that you suggested splitting the workload equally among team members, but they disagreed, feeling that some team members were more familiar with certain tasks. After hearing their perspective, you agreed that the project would be completed more quickly and with less room for error if each team member worked on the piece they were most experienced in. Finally, you may be asked about the role you typically take on when working with a group. The interviewer wants to determine what type of personality you have and what you're most comfortable with when it comes to teamwork. You might say that you typically take on a leadership role, as you're good at determining the strengths of each group member and delegating tasks based on their skill sets. You could explain that you don't mind holding yourself and others accountable for each part of the assignment and find it rewarding to lead a project that results in success.